Hey sinners, Shannon Sinister here. Wanted to talk about the latest movie that I finally got to see, which was Death of a Unicorn. So I just wanted to unpack my thoughts. So the film is directed by Alex Sharfman. I believe this is his directorial debut. Basically it follows a story of a father and daughter. They're on their way to a weekend retreat to his billionaire boss's house to close it on a deal. Obviously, as you can see in the trailer, as well as the title of the film, they ended up running over and killing a unicorn. They do end up bringing it back to the house where the billionaire and his family decide to exploit it for its, apparently its blood, its guts, its horn even gives all these medicinal purposes, and they want to bank on that shit. So being that this is a new creature feature, it's actually pretty exciting. So how did it run? Did it do well? Well, here are my thoughts. So here are some hits. Carnage was actually pretty fun, I'll admit, when you finally got to it, and the story actually isn't that bad. It makes sense that this father-daughter, these father-daughter characters would end up at this billionaire's house, and these billionaire people would want to, exploit the fact that they just came across a mythical creature, and of course, they would want to exploit it just so they can get richer. Unfortunately, that's really about it. So it's really all I have. Apologize, that's kind of short and sweet, but so here are the misses. Many of these scenes, especially the comedic ones, which I did expect it to be a little bit of funny and a little bit of, maybe just carnage candy type of horror film, which can be fun in itself, but it took too long to get there. The funny films, I'll admit, just watched the trailer. All those scenes were already in there, so there really wasn't a different scene that really stood out to me that I didn't already see as far as the comedy portion of that goes. Took way too long to get to the meat of it all. Like, we wanted to see carnage, we wanted to see a unicorn, or a few unicorns rather, as spoiler alert that we get in here. I wanted to see them absolutely go apeshit, but we spent a lot of the time with this family, like I said before, they want to exploit and basically destroy the unicorn for their own, self purposes so they can make more money. You don't care about any of these characters at all. You cannot wait for them to die. And so when we finally get there, a lot of the scenes are very, very dark. Not that I didn't know what I was looking at necessarily, but I wanted to see more. So you got like one or two like really good kills in there, and that's really about it. So overall opinion, clearly I didn't necessarily like this film too much. I didn't overall hate it, but I really did expect more, and very disappointed because I really thought this was a missed opportunity. This is a completely different uncharted territory here, like we could have had like a whole nother franchise of this whole new creature. And, like that 2-second blip that we got in Cabin in the Woods was much better than this. And if you haven't seen that, please check that scene out. They relied way too heavy on the CGI effects. I'm sure some of it was practical, but I don't know, the unicorn itself really didn't impress me that much. Like I said, I felt I was more impressed in the trailer, just looking at that close-up shot of the snout and the teeth, and that was really about it. So unfortunately, this one's basically a miss for me. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you watch this film? What did you think? Am I crazy? Do you have something, maybe there's something that I missed and you actually enjoy this film? Did you have the same feelings that I did? Let me know down below in the comments. Well, sinners, that's all I got for today. Until the next film, that's a cut.